bulk uploads more than me, and that was a good person to ask about that. And that was only like one Saturday. It was kind of annoying. And then he got a strike from Take-Two on like the last video of his RDR playthrough, and I told him about my situation and what happened, and he replied to that. But I haven't heard anything about him being targeted. I mean, if you even want to call it being targeted. But it's annoying either way. Like, I don't know what the premise is or what the basis is. The only thing I've heard is that he's trying to show YouTube that their system is flawed by using people as examples, and it's kind of rough. It's kind of annoying. Like, I've put a lot of time and effort into this, and I haven't always been the nicest guy to people. Like, if someone pisses me off, then I'll let them know it, or I'll just block them, which I'm pretty trigger happy on sometimes, especially if something like really stupid is said. But I try and interact well with my fans and try to do stuff that's suggested, and I try to take advice and give advice and all that stuff that I talked about earlier, like the tutorials. But I'm not a giant douche, and even if I was a giant douche, like even if someone was a giant douche, I don't think they'd really deserve to have that much time taken away from them, or that much notoriety, because it's pretty cool to have like a channel like this, like a channel that's actually grown, that I've been with and started by myself, and stuck with it, even though for the longest time I had more videos than channel views, or more videos than subscribers even. Like, I had 200 and something videos before I finally got more subscribers than videos, and you gotta really hope for the best when you're doing that. But it just kind of sucks to have all that taken away from you in just a few clicks, because their system is flawed. I mean, anyone, Joe Schmo, it's like the American dream. You can make a name out of yourself on YouTube, or you can entertain people across the world because it's so easy and it's so cool to get into. But at the same time, apparently it can just be taken away from you with the drop of a hat. And even people who aren't doing video game stuff are getting their stuff taken down, which really sucks, because like, how do you file a copyright claim on someone who took a video of themselves? Like, am I violating my own copyright infringement? Well, I don't want to press charges, so can I get that taken away from me? Okay, thanks. But 3,000 videos is a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of rendering, a lot of editing, a lot of money spent. Until recently, I was negative quite a bit of money from all the stuff I've bought. Like, you think about it, not even counting games, I've probably spent like $500 or $600 on equipment, and that's not even counting, time setting it up, time learning how to do it, time researching it, time, learning how to edit. And that's not even counting the games. Like, if you factor games into that I've bought just to play through for people that I probably wasn't going to play before, I mean, that's easy, bumping it up to $1,000. But I don't count that stuff anyway, because it's a game, Maybe I would have bought it anyway and played it. Maybe I would have done it in my spare time, but it's kind of weird, because it just feels like gaming has a little bit more meaning after doing all this stuff for so long. When I'm sitting there playing a game by myself and I'm not recording, I'm like, could I be recording it? Like, I've gotten so used to just talking to myself when I'm playing a game and just, trying to make jokes that are funny, that when I'm playing a game without recording, I'm like, this feels different now, because I do so many videos, I record so much stuff, and I upload random stuff. It just feels like an empty shadow hole in my soul. I should dye my hair black after this, but it just feels different. Like, I don't know if anyone else can tell you that, but I'm sure people who are that dedicated to it could tell you that it feels a little bit different now, that you're recording a game, talking to yourself while playing it, or adding post commentary, and it just feels a little bit different. It's hard to explain if you don't do it yourself, and I might be the only one who feels like that, but it's actually kind of weird to be like, man, I could be recording this and talking to myself and uploading it for other people to watch, and it's odd. It's odd to think about that, because who the hell thought that someone could get a decent following of just talking to themselves while playing a game? I've watched people play stuff, and I just recently finished Durden's Super Mario 64, and it's like you're really getting talked to by someone, even though you can't talk to them back or interact with them on that sort of level. It's like you're being talked to, like you're in the room with a person. They're like, oh yeah, I'm playing Mario, or I'm playing Alpha Protocol, and I'm playing Fallout, or blah. But it's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it, but the point is that anyone who puts that much time and effort, even the guy who only has one video up and it sucked, shouldn't get their account suspended for no reason. So yeah, we definitely have an issue more with YouTube. Because it is their policies that are so flawed that it is so easy to take someone down, like, for no reason. And it's got to change eventually, YouTube. So what people have been doing, apparently, has been leaving links to email YouTube, like that security@youtube.com. I'm sure I'll leave a link. But, I have a decent following. Like, there's enough of you guys where my group especially, not even regarding the community as a whole, you guys who follow me and DSP and all that stuff, you specifically, there's enough of you to make a dent in this. Like, email them, say something. And my best guess was to, go to their little help forums that they have and post there. That isn't an idea that I've seen from a lot of people who have been making the videos. I mean, mostly their idea is to email security@youtube.com, but my idea goes a little bit further. I'm sure someone might have said it, but I'll leave a link to their help forum too, and I'll definitely want you guys to not spam it in an asshole-ish manner, not send them asshole-ish emails, but go, hey, we got a problem. People getting suspended, creative people just trying to entertain people. The whole point of YouTube, and they're getting suspended for no reason. You don't have to be like, oh, YouTube, you're a bunch of fucking douches, you're an ass. Don't do that. That's not going to help anything. Like, anytime you go into an issue like this with that attitude, it doesn't work as well. But definitely give them an email at security@youtube.com. And if I'm saying it wrong, just look in the channel description, or the video descriptions of both of these videos, and send them an email, and then I'll leave a link to their help forums where some of you guys can make threads, and let your dissatisfaction known, because I'm sure some of you who watch me watched some of the people who've been suspended, and you're probably pretty pissed, and you're worried like, oh, maybe he's gonna get suspended now, maybe DSP's gonna get suspended now, and maybe you guys should let DSP know so he can make a video too, because he has a bigger following than me, and they seem a tad bit loyal, because my group is fractured for some reason off of like separate videos. It's kind of stupid, but usually a lot of people will watch the channel updates and stuff like that. But you might want to tell DSP that. He could definitely help make a dent too. I know a good amount of you also watch him, and that's cool, mixing up the community, but definitely do that. It's not a cool thing to happen. I don't want to come home and be like, oh, my account's suspended, that's it, I'm done recording shit, I just spent all this money for no reason. It kind of sucks. But definitely do that. I know people, for whatever reason, have been like, oh, you and DSP should do like a collaboration or something. I wouldn't care, like, but you know me, I don't ask stuff. I don't ask people for stuff. Like, when people are like, oh, you should do stuff for Machinima, I'm like, go tell them, because I'm not going to be like, hey, Machinima, you should have me do videos for you, because that seems like a bit desperate, I guess. But, I wouldn't mind doing collaborations with some people who are established in the thing and who kind of know what they're doing. But, I wouldn't mind making a cameo in some of his videos or doing some recordings with him. So, you can let him know that, too. Maybe he'd be up for it. I know he doesn't do stuff with people over online. He usually has his real life friends do that. But if you're a fan of him, you're a fan of me, you want to see both of us do something, you should definitely let him know. Maybe give him that idea. So he's like, you know what, that would be a good idea. It would be cool to play with this random douche who does the same stuff I do, but less of it. So that's pretty much it. Before I go into my 22 minutes of talking, let's hopefully get this problem fixed eventually. And if any accounts go down of anyone that you know, this is probably going to be the reason. So I wouldn't forget about that. But the sooner they're aware of the problem, The sooner the forum is brought to attention, the YouTube forum, hopefully the sooner this will get resolved, because it's not a cool thing. So that's it for me. One giant long update. Hopefully this was a little bit informative. Hopefully you guys do go out, because this is something that needs to be done. This isn't like, oh, you know, do it if you want. Like, please do it. A lot of people have been asking. Durden, Dark Minded Sith, like a lot of these people. Nintendo Capri Sun, even before his channel got suspended, unfortunately. So please do it. Please listen to what I say. I wouldn't steer you wrong normally. Also, don't take candy from that van with no windows and unregistered license plates. Thank you and good night.